Good afternoon. For 4 News Now, I'm Rob King. We're beginning today's kxly-plus-daily rundown, bringing in Good Morning Northwest anchor Derek Deis to discuss his upcoming special report airing tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. Derek, why don't you go ahead and tell folks what your report is about?
Yeah, it's kind of continuing our crime solutions and neighborhood safety, and with a lot of people getting ready to head out on summer vacations here pretty soon, maybe leave your home unattended for a week or so, we thought we'd check in with Spokane cops about what they call their vacation home check program. And this is something that Spokane Police Department used to do. And then it maybe just a staffing thing or a low priority type of thing. But they handed it over to Spokane Cops, which is Community Oriented Policing Services, last year. And it's a program that they really, really want to grow. So basically, you go on SpokaneCops.org, you'll find the resources tab, and you'll see a yellow button that says Vacation Home Checks. And all you got to do is sign up. You'll basically put in when you're leaving, when you're coming back. Here are cars that should be in our driveway. You know, maybe here are pets that are at our house, that sort of thing. And what they're going to do is send volunteers by probably once a day or close to once a day to go check on your house and make sure there's nothing suspicious, making sure nobody's, scouting out your location as a place to burglarize.
So that's interesting. So they'll go and do this for free.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of their volunteer program. So we actually met up at the Cop Shop Southeast, which is in the Lincoln Heights Shopping Center, and we were able to go out with a couple of volunteers, Mark and Kevin, who were great. They're actually old buddies from college at WSU, and they kind of keep themselves occupied by volunteering with Spokane Cops. And we got to ride in the car with them and see how they do it as they, look for these addresses, slow down, give a good look when they're going by, and again, just make sure nothing's suspicious and everything seems like it is as it should be.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned this. This is a popular time. We're into the summer, weather's nicer, people are going to go on vacation or maybe summer break for kids. So, does it kind of create a sense of security for people as they're leaving?
I mean, I think that's the idea, right? The last thing you want to do is go on vacation and get a call from your neighbor that, your front window has been shattered open, and you come home and your big TV and something else, maybe even more valuable in your home, is missing. So it's kind of, it's like an extra layer of security, I think, is the way that one of the volunteers described it to us, or like an extra set of eyes. They still say, you should tell your neighbors when you're leaving, right? If you have a trusted neighbor, they can also keep an eye out for you, but it's not a bad idea to sign up for this vacation home checks as well, for that additional set of eyes to just kind of keep an eye out for you as well.
And it's not a Home Alone situation where they're actually the criminals the whole time.
No, thank goodness. I'm pretty sure all these cops volunteers are vetted pretty well,
okay.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, I could see that being concerned. That was a concern people had on Twitter, definitely, when you posted about that.
Yeah, I got the same GIF of Joe Pesci from Home Alone, a couple different people.
How did you hear about
I should clarify then, they're not actually going in your home, right? They're just going to check the outside, making sure, again, no broken windows, no doors are open that shouldn't be. If you have an alley, they can even go down your alley, make sure nobody's come in through that way as well.
Well, that's cool. How did you find out about this program?
Actually, our assistant news director, Misty, said it was like something she had heard about, I think, when she moved to Spokane, and is this worth, looking into with people getting ready for summer vacations and stuff. So, I gave a call to Spokane Cops, and the programs manager was like, absolutely, we'd love to have you come out, because, again, they only took it over from SPD a year ago. So I think not a lot of people realize that Cops has these volunteers who are ready to go out and do these things, and not enough people are taking advantage of them. So they even said they'd love to grow this program where a lot more people are signing up, because they've got the volunteers, again, who are ready to go out and help.
And I had never heard of Spokane Cops before I moved here. What is that organization? They're not police, correct?
So the programs manager, who is Sandy McIntyre, that I talked to, actually worked for the Spokane Police Department for 25 years. But again, it's community-oriented policing services. So these are largely volunteer organizations. I believe there's 7 or 9 different cop shops in different neighborhoods around town, and you can go to your different local cop shop and again check out the services that they offer, or go on their website and sign up for something like vacation home checks. But they do a lot of different things as well.
Well, that's cool. And it's really important because, like we've covered before at our station, SPD is having staffing issues. So this is a good way to get the word out about this program that's still ongoing, but just with the new organization. So it's good to hear that Spokane Cops wants people to reach out, and they're not having those same staffing issues.
For sure. And the two volunteers that went out of the car with, I mentioned that they were old college buddies, so they've known each other for 40 plus years. And one of them has a son who's in law enforcement. They said he's been in law enforcement for over 10 years now. And so, these are people who have a lot of respect for what our law enforcement officers do and care about their neighborhoods and just want to help in any way they can.
Yeah, I guess that's also like a nice, bright spot, is that your neighbors, these people are your neighbors, they're volunteers, so your community neighbors are helping you out.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, Derek, one of the things about television is you can be pressed for time. You have to hit a break, you have to condense your package down to a certain amount of time. So was there anything that didn't make your special report that you learned or thought was surprising or interesting?
A couple of things that they said were, there's some obvious things, right? Besides signing up for this, that you might want to do, like stopping your mail, stopping your newspaper delivery if you get a newspaper. But one thing that really struck me, and I'm totally guilty of this, Rob, and maybe you are too, is it's not a good idea to be posting on social media while you're on vacation, because what you're really doing is just advertising to bad guys that you are away from home, right? And probably are going to be for some time. And that's what everybody likes to do, right? You first get to where you're going, to the beach or wherever it is, and you want to get that nice shot and post it on Instagram or what have you. But they say that's really, really bad idea, because you're, again, just advertising to potential bad guys that you're going to be gone.
That's interesting. And I know we have heard stories about that, in particular, like in a place like Los Angeles, where a celebrity is posting that they're out of town.
Oh, sure.
And you know where they live, so go and steal a bunch of jewelry.
Yep, exactly. So try to hold off if you can. I know it's hard for a lot of people.
But we got to get those likes, Derek. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, Derek, is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
No, I don't think so. I think just, again, that this is a program they're trying to grow. They really want you to sign up and take advantage of this. So that's why they were so eager, I think, to do this story. So it's almost a no-brainer, right? I mean, why not have an extra set of eyes while you're gone?
Absolutely. Well, Derek, what time is your report airing tomorrow?
So it'll be on Good Morning Northwest tomorrow morning. So I can't tell you the exact times, but I'm sure it'll most likely air once in each hour. So probably look for it around maybe 5:20, 6:20, something like that.
Awesome. And the whole thing will be up on our website after it airs as well, kxly.com. 4 News Now's Derek Deis. Thank you for joining me.
All right, Rob. Thanks so much.
Yep. Talk to you later. And don't forget that whole interview, if you missed some of it, that will also be up on our website, kxly.com and KXLY Plus. Be sure to tune in to Good Morning Northwest tomorrow morning to catch Derek's special report. If you're going out of town, be aware of this program. It could help you. It could help you not be a victim of property crime, which is always a good thing. Let's move on into what the 4 News Now team is working on today. We'll take a look at some of the local headlines on today's kxly-plus-daily rundown, starting off with just a real tragic update. We have learned from Washington State Patrol that 2-year-old Jeffrey Thor Hendricks has passed away from his injuries. If you'll recall, Hendricks was the middle child of the family that was hit by a car last week while crossing State Route 27 near East 24th Avenue. So we have learned today that the 2-year-old, who was in critical condition for the since that incident, has passed away. So again, that is a tragic update in that story. And what we know right now is it appears the 16-year-old driver has not been charged with a crime as well. So again, that is the update to that story. Fortunately, the rest of the family does appear that they will recover. The mother, Amanda, and the 2 other sons had much less serious injuries, but again, just a tragic story there. Also breaking this morning, this happened around 2:30 this morning. Police were alerted to shots fired in Spokane Valley, and that was near East 2nd Avenue and Havana Street. Now, what they think happened was it was a drive-by shooting, possible multiple vehicles involved. That's just what preliminary investigations showing them. They found one man who was shot in the torso, but it does seem to not be life-threatening injuries. So they are looking for a possible shooting suspect in that area. Again, 2nd Avenue and Havana Street. What they want, or what they believe, what they're looking into as well, is this is a similar location in that same area where 40-year-old Deshaun Crawford was killed in February. So police are looking to see if those two incidents are possibly related, and that was breaking this morning. Let's take a look at what some of our colleagues and coworkers are working on today. Bronte Sorotsky, she's following up a story she did, I believe, last month, in which she noted, or the City Parks Department was saying that there was an increase of vandalism going on at local parks, and it was impacting their operating budget. So on the agenda tonight, they're looking to double their budget from $75,000 to $150,000. And because part of it is that they've already spent that $75,000 in vandalism repairs. So they are looking to increase their budget so they can keep the vandalism, or keep those repairs going, and hopefully decrease the vandalism going on in our local parks. So Bronte is taking a look at that agenda item ahead of the parks meeting tonight. Natalie Grant, she is out at a ranch near Republic, Washington, where there's been reports of increased wolf attacks on livestock at multiple ranches in the state of Washington. There's been reports of wolves attacking livestock, attacking pigs, cows, and donkeys. One ranch is saying that they can't offer horseback riding to residents or community members because the horses are too spooked by all the attacks on the trails, including the blood. The horses are too scared to go. So now they're not able to offer these services. So Natalie is looking into these wolf attacks and seeing if Fish and Game can do anything, or if the ranchers can do anything about this as well. Vanessa Perez, she is at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital today, where today is the 20th Superheroes for Kids Day. They're celebrating their 20th birthday doing this event. So what it is window washers dressed as superheroes will be rappelling down the hospital walls, cleaning the windows, saying hi to the kids there at the hospital. In addition, there's also a parade that will go on involving hospital staff and the superheroes through the hallways, just to give kids get them to smile on a day when they're, going through it. So let's take a look, closing out with a look outside at the weather. It's going to be mostly sunny today. We're going to have some of these breezy southwest winds, the high of 74. It's going to be cooler today than yesterday, but we are going to stay in the 70s through Friday, where it's also going to be clear and cool tonight. Here's some of the highs around the region. As you see, it looks like just up in the north part of the state could touch 80, but other than that, it's going to stay cool around the whole area. Next week, we are expecting temperatures to ramp up. So here's a high pressure system moving through our area. So we are getting above average temperatures now, and we could be facing record heat for this time of year. So let's take a look at the 7-day forecast as well. As you can see, today's gonna be the coolest day of the week, ramping up before a hot weekend and even hotter into next week as well. Mark Peterson said this morning, it seems like we're skipping spring weather and moving right into summer. So that's all we got for today's KXLY Plus Daily Rundown. Thank you for joining. Be sure to download KXLY Plus on your connected TVs. That's Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. You can also watch these on the 4 News Now mobile app for your smartphone, and be sure to turn on notifications so you get the latest breaking news in your community. Also, be sure to tune in to Good Morning Northwest tomorrow for Derek's special report on how to keep your home safe when you're out of town, and learn about this new program from Spokane Cops that'll help give you that extra level of protection. So we'll have all those stories and more coming up tonight at 4 News Now at 5. But for now, live in studio, I'm Rob King for KXLY+.